Hi, this is Vikrant Narang. I'm your astro buddy at Pimatrix. Congratulations on purchasing the Griffin telescope from Pimatrix. This is one of our wonderful models which has several advantages. For example, this is a very compact telescope with a long focal length of 1000 millimeters, which means that even in such a short design, it can achieve a magnification of more than 200 times, which is very good for planetary observation. So let's see what we have. Here is this part is the tripod. It has extendable legs. These can be adjusted with the help of these lock nuts. This tripod has an accessory tray right here. After that, this is the fork mount, an Altair mount. Above the Altair mount, we have the telescope mounted right here. It comes with a lock in altitude. Behind it, you can see also that there are very easy to use collimating bolts. So there is a toolless operation. You can use these without tools. You will need a screwdriver to adjust this. It comes with a red dot finder scope. It comes with actually 3 eyepieces and one 3x Barlow lens. The lowest power eyepiece is Kellner 25mm. Next we have a K10 or a Kellner 10mm eyepiece, and then we have a 6mm aspheric 62 degree eyepiece. That means when I look through this eyepiece, it has a wide field of view. So this will be the highest magnification eyepiece. And then it comes with a 3x Barlow lens. It comes with a moon filter inside a small plastic case. Now let's quickly understand how we are going to use this telescope. We have to use the lowest power eyepiece, which is the Kellner 25mm. Use this eyepiece. So we will loosen these knobs. This part of the telescope is called the focuser. You can see this focuser is a rack and pinion design. It has a silver colored draw tube. It has some gears, and it has these 2 wheels or 2 knobs which can pull this draw tube in and out. This helps us achieve sharp focus. You can see there is a dust cap and there are some grub screws, 2 of these. I remove it, carefully keep it in the accessory tray. Now I put my lowest power eyepiece right here. With this eyepiece, I will be able to achieve a magnification of 40x. After I attach this, remove the dust cap, place it safely somewhere with this inside pointing down. Now this is ready, but there is one thing you have to do. We have another device, a finding aid called the red dot finder. Whenever we ship our telescopes with red dot finder, first time there will be a plastic disc right here. You have to pull out this plastic paper. There is a small battery. So this plastic paper is there so that while shipping the telescope, the battery, if you leave this on, someone leaves this on while shipping, the battery will drain and you will not be able to use it. That is why we provide it. So first time you have to remove this. Then I will switch this on. That means there is a switch here, a rotary switch. I turn it on, rotate it. I can see here there is a glass here and there is a red LED here which is reflected in that glass. This telescope is an Altair mount. Now this telescope can be moved very easily. Altair means, very simply what I mean to say is, like, this motion is called altitude motion. This telescope can look almost nearly vertical and horizontal. So in this axis, the telescope can be pointed nearly completely up and right to the horizon. That means the place where the earth and the sky appears to meet. This is one of the motion. And remember, I am unlocking these. I have to unlock this before moving. Okay. There is one more lock here. You have to loosen this as well. And now this telescope can be moved very freely up and down. Also, you can see there is another knob. This motion which can turn the telescope in any direction. So I can point this telescope now anywhere in the entire circle of the sky and anywhere up and down. So it's very simple. Now I look at any distant object, I can see red light. It can be anything, any point object which should be stationary at a distance of at least 200 meters. And I sight this from behind the telescope. This is a little tricky, so you have to practice it to understand what I'm trying to say. You have to close one eye, look from here and try to get that object right in the line of this tube. This is the first time you might have to face some challenge. Okay, this is done. So let's say I can see a white light there, but make sure it's something which you can't confuse with any other object. So I'll lock this and I'll lock this. Okay, so I need not lock it fully. I can leave it partially open so that I can move it without worry of damaging it. So I'll leave it partially open. Okay, now I have to come to my eyepiece and close one eye and look through the eyepiece and find that object. So I can see many objects, but I can't find that same object. It was a one bright light there. Let me see. Okay. All right, so I have to nudge this telescope left and right and up and down. Okay, I found it. So I can see it right here. Don't worry if it is blurred. At first go, you may not get it perfectly focused because you have not touched the focus yet. So remember I told you about this focuser. Move it up and down until you get a very sharply focused image. Once you move it down, you will see that the image gets blurred. Once you move it in somewhere in between, you might find that there is a place where the image is rightly focused. Now somewhere in the middle I can have perfectly focused lights. Very good. Now I can identify this light very clearly, and I keep one of the lights without confusing it right in the middle of it. Now I'll lock this so that whatever is inside it should not move. This is very important. I'll lock it so that it accidentally doesn't move. Now I have switched this on already from here. So this red dot is not on that particular object. So there are two knobs here. One is this knob and one is right below this. So this knob moves this red dot finder left and right. This knob moves this red dot finder up and down. Wonderful. Now it is exactly at the object which I had located. Now that red dot has overlapped with that object perfectly. Now let me check it here also. Wait, it's not there, so I have to make that effort again. Just a moment. Sometimes it happens that the telescope moves. So in my case the telescope moved. So once again I'll put it. So you see how carefully you have to do. Now it is done. See the magic. Now it's very easy to point this telescope to any object I desire. In my night sky I have planet Jupiter and Mars. So what I need to do is I will just unlock these axes. So I will unlock this axis and I can get it in even 30 seconds. That means it's so fast. So I'll just move it up. Observe that red dot. Okay, it's on Jupiter now. Jupiter is seen right here. So I'll just center it. It's not perfectly centered, but it was somewhere in my field of view. That means I could see it in that window I have here. And now I get it. That's it. So you see how quick it was. So you remember I told you to use the lowest power eyepiece. So that's why it became very easy. Now I want to see further details in Jupiter. For that I have higher magnification eyepieces. So at first you have to start with the lowest magnification and gradually learn to use these eyepieces, because the field of view will become much narrower when you view through this. By using this, you will go straight from 40 magnification to 100 magnifications when you are using this particular eyepiece. 10 mm eyepiece. So before I use it, I have to make sure that this is centered. So to do that, I have to keep the locks loose. Now gently I remove this. I've got Jupiter right in the middle of this eyepiece. Now I'll take my 10 mm eyepiece. So Jupiter might not be centered, okay. Okay, yeah, so I can now center it. But the thing is, the focus is slightly different when I change the eyepiece, so I have to adjust the focus. And there we go. Beautiful bands and moons of Jupiter are seen. Thank you for watching this video. This is Vikrant Narang from Pi Matrix signing off.